lot of factors in this life that you cannot avoid. However much you try to avoid them, they are still going to hit on you. They are still going to find a way of encountering you in your day-to-day activities. Hello, good people. Welcome to yet another episode on my YouTube channel, of course, Kelvin Angote Show, and your host is Kelvin Angote. Guys, I know some of you are visiting this channel for the first time, some of you are visiting this channel for the second time, and some of you have been here for quite long time. So, guys, my quick request has been always, if you are visiting this channel, if you're watching this and you'd like to keep on enjoying this content, make sure at the end of this video you are subscribing to this channel so that you keep on enjoying this video. By the way, when I try to upload any content, you will be notified by YouTube that a new content or a new video has been uploaded, and we are going to work like that. I'm going to produce content for you, and you're going to make sure that you give it that subscription, you share my content, you drop those comments in the comment section, and you get to watch my videos to the very end. Guys, today I'm going to talk about something that has really been affecting content creators. I know I have been making videos that have been so helpful to people who have not been making videos, but today I just want to help my fellow content creators, me included, because whatever I'm going to talk about today is something that has been affecting many people, as something that have been also a victim of the same, something that has, if you talk to content creators, they are going to talk to you, and the issues that I'm about to drop today, there are things that have really affected, have really contributed to the topic of the day. The first reason as to why you find people are inconsistent on matters content creation is a lack of a clear strategy or a clear goal. Sometimes it is good to have a defined goal. Sometimes it is good to have a defined niche. Sometimes it is good to study something that you want to do. And just like business, content creation is also something that I could do also compare with business. And sometimes can you try to imagine a scenario where you want to do business that you have not done research, business that you have not tried to study the market, you have not tried to study the target market, so just like business, in content creation you have to have a defined niche. What do I say by niche? Sometimes you have to decide the kind of path you want to take as far as content creation is concerned. When you go on YouTube, you find like there are a lot of content creators, a million of content creators, billion of content creators, and when you go around, you find like there's some content creators who are cooking, there are some content creators who are doing travel vlogs, there are some content creators who are financial experts, there are some content creators who are doing like just comedy, so you have to have a defined niche. Also, you have to have your target audience. You have to know the type of audience that you want to target, the type of people that you want to feed your content, the type of, you have to start the age, like I'm going to deal with this age to this age. So what am I supposed to do? What do I need to make sure that I capture the audience from the age of 18 to the age of 35 to the age of 40? What type of content do I need to produce to such people? Also go to analytics and search, see the people who are watching your content. Are they from this country? What are they interested in? When you study all those patterns, my good people, you are going to reap benefits of this thing called content creation. Also, without being unmentioned, let me talk about also still on lack of clear strategy. You have to avoid copying content. When you copy content, you lack a clear strategy, because you don't know whatever content that you are copying, the person that you are copying the content, he has his own reasons. He knows why he decided to follow that path. But for you, you don't know. You have not done research. You don't know, why am I doing this thing, But just you decide to do that content because your favorite content creator is doing that content, you have to do your own research and you're going to like it. You see, when you lack a clear strategy, when you lack a defined goal, motivation fluctuates because you are not going to get what you want as far as content creation is concerned. Many people are going to tell you that they are earning $1 million. Many people are earning billions. Many people are building apartments, but for you, you are going into content creation not because it is your passion, not because you want to do it, but you want to get what it comes with content creation. And by so doing, you find yourself you don't have any strategy. You are just going there because of what you have heard people saying that content creation does this and that. Good people, the second reason as to why many content creators are inconsistent as far as content creation is concerned is because of unrealistic expectations about growth. Okay, there's this thing about growth, and I would want you to reason in this way. Like, you have to be conceived, you have to stay in that fetal, in that zygote of a woman for like 9 months. Then you are given birth to, you are just an infant. Then they teach you how to do this, until you become a human being. Like, there is a path, there's a way, like there's something, that there are protocols that you have to follow before you move from this point to this point. And that is how content creation works. Some people grow fast as long as things are done in the right way. Some people grow in a gradual way. And I don't want to dispute anything, because sometimes understanding how YouTube works is something that also you need to study. And maybe in future I'm going to study and come up with a video on how the algorithm and how growth works in YouTube. But one thing I know about content creation and inconsistency is that many people fade away because you want to grow faster, and you have very unrealistic expectations about growing on YouTube, growing in content creation. Let's talk about TikTok and other platforms. So why is it that people have unrealistic expectations? And how do you know that someone has unrealistic expectations? When you see someone wants to go viral by the first upload, or like, you have not done so much and you want you want those viral results within weeks or months. Okay, months is something like, okay, that one is okay. But some people want to go viral in days. Some people want to go viral in weeks. Some people want to go viral in the shortest time possible. Okay, in the first point also, I talked about people want to see rewards faster. You first monetization, like you just want to start earning on your first video. You have not met the requirements. Like, YouTube requires you to have 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch time hours. Like, it requires you to meet some standards before that time of monetization comes. But for you, you have you just want to start earning as fast as you like. Those unrealistic expectations, they are going to make you as a content creator fade away. Another thing that you have to recognize, someone who has unrealistic expectation, is like, you want to be recognized faster. Like, you want that immediate recognition. So when we talk about inconsistency, if you want to be consistent on matters content creation, you have to drop those unrealistic expectations. You have to start working on the real you, not the fake you. Avoid comparing yourself with the ones that you see on YouTube, because the moment you compare yourself with someone who has been there for days, for years, for months, for decades, you are going to drop off, because the motivation is going to fluctuate. So I would advise you to drop off those unexpected or unrealistic expectations, and you are going to find your way on the right path as far as YouTube and content creation is concerned. Good people, the third reason as to why we have inconsistency on matters content creation is something to do with perfectionism. You had it right? Yeah, some people want, especially young content creators or new content creators who are just trying to start content creation. I've had people complain about, my videos, I don't edit them well, like you want to be very perfect. I would challenge you. Find any YouTuber who has made it and they are going to tell you their story when they started YouTube. Perfection was not on their table. They started by being themselves. Over the time they found themselves doing things, and one good thing about content creation, guys, you just find yourself, you're improving on the way. When you decide to start that content creation, when you decide to take that initiative that you want to start content creation, you are going to learn a lot on the way, rather than just sitting there and waiting for the perfect time. There are a lot of people who are still, let's say, procrastinating, trying to wait for the right time, trying to wait for the perfect time, trying to wait for what is quality. And there are people who start from scratch. Let me tell you, there are people who use their phones to record these videos. There are people who don't wait for that big camera. They go for the camera, let's say a camera that is worth, like, let's say $500, a camera that is worth $300, and they start it off. In fact, those old videos, those videos that are not quality, they look good when you finally make it. So good people, don't wait for the perfect time. Don't wait for the what is quality. Don't wait. Don't sit there. You have the talent. You have all you need. But the only problem, the only reason you are still procrastinating is because you want to wait for the perfect time. The perfect time that may actually never arrive. The perfect time that may actually never show up. When you want to be like, how do I know that someone is waiting for the perfect time, or someone wants perfectionism in his work? It's someone who, okay, there are also those who edit their videos, who make their videos, but they over edit their videos. They want to make it, but sometimes over the time they fail to remain consistent. Or there's a way, there's a vibe that you can introduce to someone, and if you don't maintain the same vibe, you are going to fade away. The first video you over edit, or you look for the best editor, the editor makes a good video for you, and the next minute you find that the next video that you are going to edit is going to be very awful. So the audience, you have given a vibe to an audience, something that you cannot keep up with. You have introduced a trend that you are not ready to maintain, you are not ready to keep up with. So what I'm advising you guys is just start from where you are. Don't reshoot excessively. Like, you shoot the first video, you say, this one is not good. You shoot the second video, you say, this one is not good. You shoot like, you find someone, even their friends, who are going to run away from you, because shooting one video, you can reshoot like 100 times, 200 times, just because you are chasing perfectionism. You want to, like, sometimes you delay posting. You shoot a video, but you don't want to post because you feel like, something is wrong with this video. Something, like, you delay posting, and you are waiting for the quality time that may, of course, I've said, that might never get to arrive. So who makes it in content creation? Someone who is ready to shoot, someone who is ready to accept who he or she is, and upload those videos. Even if you can upload 2 videos per day or 2 videos per week, depending on the strategy that we have discussed in the first point, upload them and feed it, because people really need that content. The truth of the matter is, people really need that content. So shoot those videos and stop waiting for perfectionism. Good people, the fourth and of course the second last reason as to why we have been seeing inconsistency when it comes to matters to do with content creation is matters to do with external life factors. Of course, these are the things that you cannot avoid. as a, as a human being, there are a lot of factors in this life that you cannot avoid. However much you try to avoid them, they are still going to hit on you. They are still going to find a way of encountering you in your day-to-day activities. When I talk about external factors, I talk about job pressures. Most of us out here, we are chasing the bag. We are trying to look for good life. We are trying to look for good life. We want wealth. We want just to be stable, and everyone wants to have a job, or sometimes some people prefer to have their own businesses. It's something that can bring bread on table, so those job pressures, they can make you maybe not be able to produce much content. Maybe you started YouTube when you are jobless, but at the same time you get a job on the way. Of course, that is a blessing. You get to start your business, and these job pressures or businesses might impact your inconsistency or consistency as matters to do with content creation. Also, there's something about family, there's something about schooling, academics. Of course, when you have to concentrate on your courses, you have to make sure that you are in first class. You have to make sure that you are attending to your family needs, you are attending to your wife, you are attending to your husband, you are listening to your kids. So there are things that sometimes it gets to a point where you have to draw a big line. You have to look both ways, and you decide, family is first priority and content comes after family. So when you draw that line, you find yourself, you're going to be inconsistent when it comes to content creation. You find like you don't have space to shoot your content. Maybe the kids are all over, the wife wants your attention, the failure to which it's going to impact your marriage. There's also financial stress. Some people, I'm talking about external factors. Yeah, these are the external factors. Of course, we have people, you know, I think everyone has ever been impacted on matters finance. You have the financial stress. And tell me why you are going to look nice. Tell me why you are going to do your nice content. Tell me why you are going to be consistent when you, on the other side, finances are hitting you, debts are hitting you, people are trying to, maybe they want to come to auction your house. Tell me why you are going to sit very comfortably and try to bring that content that we want from you. It is going to be next to impossible. If YouTube is not income generating, of course, it will always rank below survival priorities. If YouTube is your priority, of course, maybe your family is going to understand, other things are going to understand. But if YouTube is not your income generating, then it is going to rank below other survival priorities. Because sometimes, why are we here? Ask yourself, why are you here on earth? You are here to live a good life. You are here to leave an impact. You are like, everyone has a reason, but I understand in those reasons that you have, you are not here to suffer. You are not here to live a bad life. And if YouTube is not paying off, then whatever pays off or whatever puts food on your table is going to be your priority, and YouTube maybe is going to rank below other priorities. So if it ranks below other priorities, then you cannot write off inconsistency, because it is going to be inconsistent. You are not going to produce content as much as you need to be producing, because when something is not a priority, you are going to treat it as an option. I mean, the last reason as to why people are inconsistent when it comes to matters content creation is fear of judgment from friends and external sources. I came to realize that most people lag behind in life. Talk about business, talk about anything. Most people lag behind because you are judged, and the people who are judging you, they have nothing to show off. That is where we go wrong. Like, someone is judging you, and if you try to look the life of that whatever person, nothing is moving in his or her life. But as human beings, some people who are affected by psychology, we tend to be like, we fade away when we are judged, when we are criticized. And some people don't post because friends criticize them. They tell them, like, this thing is not for you. You know what people tell you when you try to start a business, when you try to start a content, when you try to, some people, even as far as marriage is concerned, you want to start dating someone, you want to marry someone, and there's always someone somewhere who is going to come and discourage you, someone who is going to give you reason as to why you need to avoid whatever you want to pursue. There's that also judgment when engagement drops. When engagement drops, you find like they are not, the comment section is blank, there's no likes, there's no shares, you are going to fade away, you are like, inconsistent is going to be a mother, because you are be like, why am I doing this, and there's no engagement, there's no motivation, there's nothing that there's no one who is giving me the hype, there's no one who is encouraging me to keep on going. So from there, you are going to be like, this is kind of a judgment, you know. Yeah. There also, sometimes there are people who are going to engage you, and maybe the engagement comes from the negative perspective. You find like the people who are dropping comments in the comment section, they are giving you that negative energy. The comments are very negative. And let me tell you, people, we are human beings and we are affected. Like, anytime someone tells you something good, you keep on going. Anytime someone tells you that you can't do it, if you are not psychologically mature, you are going to find yourself on the negative end. You are going to find yourself dropping. You are going to find yourself, telling content creation, no, this is not my thing. If today I tell you you can't do it, if tomorrow I tell you you can't do it, if the other day I tell you you can't do it, good people, you are going to fade away, and inconsistency is going to hit you. Sometimes we have to discuss about publicity. Sometimes we want to be so much public, but you know what publicity does? Publicity amplifies insecurity. When you are there, and I don't know how to put this, but I would just urge any content creator, if you want to take content creation seriously, avoid listening to negative people. Ask yourself, of course, if you have a clear strategy, the first reason as to why I told you, of course, if you have your own strategy as to why you started that thing, no one is going to tell you otherwise. No one is going to tell you that drop it. Only those who are going to tell you drop it and come to this side are going to maybe make an impact in your life. Of course, you have to tell me, stop doing content creation and maybe do this. And if I try to sit down, do my research, and find that maybe whatever you are telling me to do is going to put food on my table, is going to make me fulfill my purpose on this land, I'm going to leave content creation and I'm going to do what you want. But if you have not told me what to do, good people, I'm not going to leave content creation because of your judgment, because someone has dropped negative contents and everything. Good people, allow me to conclude this video by saying this. Our words should be bridges to comprehension and not barriers to connections. Understand more, disagree less. Goodbye and God bless you.